Are we on the internet?
Brian, not too loud. I'm still hungover from St. Patty's Day.
Ooh, same girl, same. Good evening and welcome to an all-new episode of Talks Machina. My name is Brian W. Foster, and I will be your host for this evening. Tonight, we will be discussing Critical Role Campaign 2, Episode 10, the one that comes after 9, Waste and Webs, with my guests, Liam O'Brien and Taliesin Jaffe. Hey guys. Oh, what the fuck?
Hey,
Fuck
that's
these
gross.
things,
That's
dude.
gross.
Fucking rats. Are you serious? Fuck this guy. Hit it, Chief! I asked if it was gangrene, and they said no, but we're still going to have to take the leg.
You gotta stay on top of stuff like that.
Well, I don't like taking pills. Good evening. We're back. Sorry. Tonight, please join my esteemed guests, Taliesin Jaffe, Liam O'Brien,
Hi.
and as always, super soft, plushy, delicious, Matthew Mercer.
How you doing, Maddie?
There's going to be a lot of GIFs. There's going to be a lot of screenshots. We're going to leave that thing there as long as we can. Yep. That's why we come here. That's why we come here. All right. Well, we have some announcements to make. Up first, Vox Machina Origins number 5 comic released everywhere Critical Role comics are available. Dark Horse, App Store, Comixology. Check out Key Question on projectalpha.com. First 3 episodes available now. Most recent one, they discuss Black Panther. A great comic series, a great film. Keep going. Campaign 2, Episode 10 podcast is available this Thursday. Max just woke up. Download that anywhere you can download podcasts. Wednesday Club tomorrow night. Taliesin, tell us what's going on tomorrow.
We're talking about Rumiko Takahashi, and we're gonna, it's all Rama 1/2 and Urusei Otsuru. I know, it's right. Liam will know what that is. So
Back to the old days.
yeah, we're gonna talk about old school manga. It's gonna be great. Good times. Good times.
With Amy and Matt, any special guests?
no special. I mean, like we're special enough for the entire show, but
Oh,
no
man.
special guests for this. Just me taking them on a magic carpet ride through the 1990s.
I could not agree more. I wish you would have taken me on a magic carpet ride through the 1990s.
Well, there'll be time and place, and as soon as you have enough
Saturday
cash saved up, well,
Do you know when we could do it?
WonderCon.
This weekend at WonderCon. WonderCon Talks Machina panel is going to be this Sunday, March 25th at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time in the arena, the big room where we were last year, where all the beautiful critters and the beautiful cosplay took place. Also, where we got to go for the big debut of the reveal for The Last of Us Part 2 trailer, which was epic. The panel will also air next Tuesday night in our time slot. You guys get the night off along with the rest of the mouth breathers. We're going to air it at 7 o'clock, our normal time, the whole panel. So those of you guys who come to WonderCon, you don't have to hold your phone up for an hour recording to send to our friends at Critical Scope. We will have that in brilliant high definition for you next Tuesday night. Shout out to Critical Scope, by the way. Those guys are awesome. C2E10. C2E10.
It's Katutu.
C2E10
Yep.
is going to be in Chicago. Critical Role will be attending. Everyone minus Ashley, and then obviously myself, because of statute of limitations in the state of Illinois, but we'll discuss that on a later episode. Panel and signings will be held on both April 7th, Saturday, and April 8th, Sunday. Buy tickets at C2E2.com to see your favorite members of the cast of Critical Role. Critical recap. Danny Carr's show that was on the little segment for Mothership is now its own thing. Yes.
Hot damn.
At last.
Yeah, you do that.
Oh my God. Critical recap will be releasing this Thursday on YouTube and Facebook. We will release the first 10 episodes in one video this Thursday, with a new 3-minute video released every Thursday after that. So the first 10 that are already done will be one video that's going to go on YouTube and Facebook. After that, every Thursday, a new 3-minute video hosted and written by the wonderful Danny Carr, coiner of the phrase, Brian, please let me out of this job. And last but not least, we have some sad personnel news, and that is that our beloved Selena is leaving us.
What?
And Thursday night, our one of our incredible camera person, the person responsible for all of these great camera angles and zoom-ins and just all the.
Anytime the camera does anything interesting,
Cool, yeah.
It's Selena. Selena, come over here and join the boys on the couch for a second.
Yeah.
Just for a quick
Do it.
second.
Come on.
we're aware that this is a punishment.
Selena's been working here for how long?
Over a year.
Over a year. Look, there's a microphone. Ha ha ha. You're the only person we didn't tell we were going to do this. You've been working here for over a year.
Uh-huh.
How would you describe, you're obviously quitting because of me, but how would you describe your experience working on Critical Role and Talks Machina?
Awful. No, it's a really cool experience. Just the whole community behind this is spectacular to even witness and be a part of. So
Yes. Thank you so much for being so patient with us and for
you're welcome.
making us look so good. And
Do you have to go?
she has to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you say where you're going or no?
I'd prefer not to on
I'd
the
prefer
internet.
Not to also.
Yeah.
We'll tell you guys next week when she's not here.
It's cool,
No, I'm
though.
kidding.
I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah,
cool.
she landed
Oh,
a
that sounds good.
much
Yeah.
better gig.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
not hard.
Yeah. It's so true. That's so true. Seriously. Yeah, she's going to be a Walmart greeter.
Yep.
Much better gig than this.
I just
Yeah.
love talking to people.
And it pays more. You do love talking to people. Thank you on behalf of everybody. I know everyone will thank you again Thursday, but I wanted to make sure
You're
we.
gonna still come out for game night every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
good.
I'll still be working down the street.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you guys will see me pop in every now and then.
We better. Okay. Thank you, Selena.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love you. We love you. We love you. Oh man. It's the only job where I get so happy for people that get to leave. You know?
No, it was always my favorite thing. Was when friends had no longer had time for my bullshit.
I
Always
know,
made me
man.
happy.
I know. Well, without further ado, let us discuss episode 10 of Critical Role Campaign 2, Waste and Webs. We're back. This is what happens when Selena quits. The cameras all go haywire. No, it's what happens is my hair grows throughout the show and then my head becomes out of frame. So
That crazy expanding moose.
it is expanding
activated,
moves.
it just
Yeah.
slowly gets larger.
It comes in a bottle this big, but I get 2 years worth out of it. Which is also, never mind. Oh God, I can't do that one. We have some crit roll stats.
Yay.
The crit roll stats gang is going to be in town next week. We get to hang out with them. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So they're really smart people. You can ask them math questions and they'll figure it out really fast. Our stats for episode 10. 10 episodes in, the party has a kill count of 52 creatures.
No.
52 creatures already.
That doesn't sound right.
That sounds high.
Who do you think has the most kills? I don't have this in front of me, but who do you think has the most kills?
Marisha maybe would be my first.
Oh, we're talking about real life. Yeah, definitely Marisha.
Yeah. No, not in the game. I don't care about the game.
Is it Beauregard?
Danny, what's your guess? You know more about the show than these guys do.
My guess is Beauregard.
I think my guess is Beauregard too,
My
because
money
it's
feels on-
Danny's.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
money's
we'll
on
confirm. We'll confirm. Beau rolled, speaking of, played so brilliantly by the actress Marsha Roy, Bo rolled 3 nat 20s and 3 nat 1s this episode. Dang.
Okay.
All right.
A personal record for her.
Balance.
That's the yin and the yang of this game, my friend. She also leads the nat 20 count with 16 out of 157 D20 rolls, or 8.28%. So 8% of her rolls have been natural 20s.
I'm going to point out she is now sitting where I used to sit. Make of that what you will.
Oh, interesting. So maybe it wasn't just the golden sneak chi, but that there was
it was
something
my
to the
butt as well.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're,
Bestowed.
Holy fart molecules.
Yep.
yes, Talison's butt has created yet another mystery for campaign 2.
Powerful vapors.
Just left a rosy glow.
I would like to cast Talisass.
Oh man, that's multi-purpose.
I know, there's like
Talisass.
Exactly. Talisass
Yeah.
and Talisass.
Get it trending.
Let's trend that, people. Hashtag Talisass.
Lord.
And then maybe Matt will put it in, if he does another campaign guide, he can put it in that. You know?
Welcome to the town of Talisass.
Please help yourself to the tallest glass of Talisass.
We're all goth here.
Molly is actually in second place for Nat 20s with 8.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Not tied her personal record for most Nat 1s in an episode, 4 in episode 4, and then 4 in episode 10. Yikes. Obviously, someone needs to kill that little goblin girl as quickly as possible.
Working on it.
Our questions tonight, we're going to limit to the two of you because last week Matt did not do a good job of answering any of the questions that we asked him. I feel like when he comes to talks, he just wants to sit there and relax, just sort of have a night to himself.
He just has, his stare is so judging.
You know when you know how you can tell that he's a great actor?
How?
He never blinks.
Yeah.
It's an intense method.
Our first question tonight comes from Lars Adar Hagen, which is also my email password for both of you. So feel free to answer this in whatever order you guys choose. Did Jester's account of her meeting with the Traveler confirm your suspicions that she's a bit crazy, considering no one was there to witness it?
I don't think she's crazy.
Okay.
I don't think she's crazy, but I don't think Caleb is convinced that she's, well, it's possible. I mean, she pulls lollipops out of thin air, so where are those coming from? Somewhere.
Yeah, cotton candy weapons, and those are coming up from somewhere.
I don't think she has the whole story, but I don't think she's crazy.
Maybe the Traveler is some sort of Willy Wonka type character who provides candy.
Can I introduce you to my cat
Yes.
this evening?
Tell us about the cat.
Frumpkin just arrived via Windwalk today from Elsa Fluss, who's a critter out there who is the origin of Scarves for Caleb. And so now I have this cat. I was thinking maybe he could live here on the set after tonight.
I think,
I've been sneaking
We
things
could
on the set
probably-
without asking.
let me just, you can keep holding on to him, but let me see if he would fit here.
Oh, kitty.
That's gonna be great. Oh, that's pretty great.
Oh,
All right, well, I'll let you keep holding on to it just for our Tumblr babies out there.
okay. That's a good cat.
Speaking of Liam O'Brien, the actor most known for playing
Soldier B.
Soldier B in
in-
Brothers in Arms 1 or something.
I need evac. That was me.
Oh, yeah.
That was me.
Real depth.
Liam, Electric Romeo would like to know, I love the choice of Keen Mind as your feat.
You're?
Was this strictly a role-playing decision in order to really showcase how Caleb's brain works, or were there specific situations from last campaign that made you wish you had had it?
Well, I wanted to make Caleb really, ratchet it up there in the old noggin, to the point of where he's a little quirky too. And I thought Keen Mind was good role-playing wise in that sense. I like the idea of him having a photographic memory. And also a lot of the choices I made, a lot of it's like story stuff that's gonna, remain under the rug, but a lot of it was just, how can I fix our fuck-ups from the last campaign? Oh, I'll have identify and detect magic on demand with ritual magic, and I will have Keen Mind because I'm not as good a note taker as Marisha Ray is.
She does do great notes.
She's one of the better note takers.
Yeah.
But now I have a feat for that. What happened here last week, Matt? Keen Mind.
Keen mind. I love it. Taliesin. Caitlin Herbin wants to know. Patrick Warburton. Caleb Herbin wants. During some moments, we've seen Molly consult his cards before making an action, but he hasn't commented on it at all. Have the cards actually influenced your choices, or is it just flavor?
I have these lovely coins that I purchased a while ago that I meant to bring in and I never quite used it. I was going to just use as a quick heads or tails on occasion if I was stuck on things, but I forgot to bring them in, and I still haven't brought them in. And so I've actually occasionally been using the cards as a yes or no, but mostly it's just that I've discovered I like having something to fidget with, and the cards are a nice fidget. And occasionally, if I'm debating what action to take next, I'll just poke a card very quickly to see what's up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have a fidget spinner that has 6 different pictures of Max's face on it, and when you spin it really fast, it looks like it's getting slashed up in the face. So I gave it to my niece.
That's
Liam. Oh, check this out, guys. Can you see this?
Whoa! Where did that come from?
Yeah, so some critters sent this in. I couldn't find their name because I wrote it down somewhere, but this is hand-blown glass, and it's all done yeah, so right now it contains my ginger ale and my ice and my Jameson. Jameson's supplements.
Yeah, I like those cards. It's very beguiling the way you twirl them around.
Thank you. I'm trying to learn a few new tricks. They're actually I suppose I should say for those. The current deck that I'm playing with is the Aquarian Tarot, which is really pretty and it's one of my favorite tarot decks. And it's.
Do they tell you to kill us all?
Often, over and over again.
Thank you for ignoring them.
Well, you know, I'll keep ignoring them for as long as I can, but
eventually you just got to do what you got to do.
you gotta take the party out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take the whole party out. Liam, Cuttlefish333 wants to know.
Cuttlefish.
One more time.
Cuttlefish.
Thank you.
I can't do that.
How does, yeah, but you have your vicious mockery
the-
voice,
yeah.
which is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Vicious mockery.
What if that's the way you did it?
That reminded me. Oh God, it's the voice of Helium from
Yeah.
Strindberg and Helium.
How does Caleb feel about the others being so protective of him in fights? Does he feel grateful, embarrassed, guilty, or something else? I thought that was a really great question.
Well, it's hard to tell from 80 feet back, but no, I mean, he's grateful for it.
What do you mean 80 feet back?
Oh, well, I try to stay as far back as
because
possible.
of the smell.
Yeah. I mean, he does. This is what he was looking for in the months leading up to the start of the story, was a group, because he felt like survival would be easier and earning would be easier. You know, I would say that probably in the year or two leading up to meeting Knot, he was barely above a beggar, and Knot was an upgrade from that, and they were able to get by a little better. And then he's like, this has been good. Let's improve upon that. Let me find a good group. And so far, so, you know, it's not going like the ideal that he hoped for in his head, where everybody was like, where there was a group full of Fords.
Yeah.
Where everybody's so level-headed. I mean, I'm sure Ford's going to betray me horribly, but he's so level-headed and calm. But so far, so good. And it's, you know, it's panning out for the best. He's making good coin, and they're amusing and personable for the most part. And
Can I ask why you're being so, I don't want to use the word selfish because I don't feel like it's strong enough.
yeah.
With some of the items and the different things. I know that there was an exchange between you and Laura on the episode because she was like about, you know, Vex was never blah, 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 but
She said never lied to the group about loot.
yes.
Yeah.
So why is Caleb so,
Well, both of those.
he's a hoarder of treats.
No, I mean, like the first time that something like that happened was just me wanting to enjoy Identify. We never had Identify, so a little bit out of game. I was like, oh, we get this spell, I get to use it. And he was just dicking around with the Wand of Smiles and stuff. But
I have a Wand of Smiles.
well, it all depends on where you're standing, Brian. Mm-hmm. But this most recent episode, that was all intentional stuff. Like the coin thing for the 30 minutes before that moment happened, I was like, all right, I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to scoop up the coin and give this to her. And the armor was like a split-second decision as soon as Matt described it. And I thought in the moment, well, I can identify this and I can talk to Ford alone about it. I like Ford. So I can have a one-on-one, because maybe the group speak is a little harder for him. And I thought maybe I could use it to also negotiate my way towards getting the glove that I didn't get in the earlier
Ray.
episode. I mean, I know it's not sustainable to like steal willy-nilly, but there are reasons. There is his reasons.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just really selfish.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caleb has his reasons for the seasons. Taliesin, rescue us from our crippling anxiety with an answer to this question.
Oh, if I only could.
Your voice is what does it. Yeah. Is shoving people socially against walls something Molly does often, or was this a special case?
Well, I was under the impression, Molly was under the impression, Molly, first of all, I didn't roll for observation for this, which I'm sure some people noticed. I haven't been on Twitter nearly enough lately, because he just noticed him looting the bodies and then nothing came of it. It was the, I don't even know what he got. I don't care.
Oh, the details are hazy, but he was asked what he found, and he said armors and weapons.
Yes.
That's all he said.
No, that's not right.
Yeah.
And Molly knew that would make Caleb very uncomfortable. So it was just Molly knowing that like what he doesn't enjoy is presence and eye contact.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him both.
Yeah.
As the gentlest of punishments.
Yeah.
Is you have to, this was all just designed as a little punishment of that was cute, don't keep doing that.
Yeah, I loved it. It just made Liam want to do it more.
I was just going to say the next question from Rach Bones is what was going through Caleb's head during that social wall pinning?
The Ford taking the armor that was obviously, it could have only have been for Ford more if it had an ad for Red Lobster on the front of it. But it was his plan. As soon as he saw it, was like, in like a second, I was like, I'm going to use this, talk to him later, negotiate, put it away. So that was already happening.
It was the coin that really bothered him.
Okay, cool.
So,
Cool.
I don't care about the armor.
Okay.
We're here to make some money.
But I think in that moment, Caleb was thinking like, okay, this is awkward. I don't enjoy eye contact. However, this is still a net win because I like Chester.
Who's a net win?
I mean, you don't follow the theater, so you don't know.
That's true.
It's still
big in Albany.
better in the end because he likes everybody in this group. It's just not like, he's just not comfortable yet.
Yeah.
But it was helpful with Jester, he thought, and and he believed it would be helpful with Ford, he thought. And while the thing with Molly was like maybe a step back, he felt like he was going to come out on ahead of the game, not over Molly, but just doing better in the group than when he started.
I'm very curious how much Caleb has actually picked up on Molly's attitude towards him so far. I'm very curious.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's not like. Well, I don't know.
No.
But I definitely I get a vibe. But he's not. He doesn't want to engage heavily with anybody. He's just trying to. He's been keeping. What the fuck to talk about?
I know there's so much, and there's so much we can't say.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
He was alone for. Caleb was alone for a long time. Alone. He really just was a beggar for a while. And then the most contact he had was a goblin, or whoever they were grifting in the last 6 months. So this is a lot of people all the time, and so he's sort of like, I don't know. He's trying to remember how to people. Yeah, he does not good people with.
Yes.
These are not easy people to do well with.
No, and especially Molly, because Molly is like a living, breathing Technicolor coat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
He's designed to be nearly blinding even in personality. Of
Right,
just like,
right.
Yeah.
So.
And it's working.
Oh yeah.
Question for both of you from
loved it.
Oh yeah.
Badger Sprite. Badger Sprite. I like it. How did the confrontation between Molly and Caleb affect your characters' views of each other? Did it fit with assumptions they already made about each other? Were they surprised by the other's actions? Kind of touched on that a little bit, but was there anything really surprising? Was it surprising to you?
No, not on my end, but I've already made my conclusions about everybody.
Yeah. No, I don't think Caleb.
He's not mad.
Caleb thinks that you are lying a lot about everything.
It's fair.
And you're a lot, as I've said, you're a lot. You're a lot of color. You're a lot of personality. But he also is very impressed with not just with Molly, but what everybody can do in this group. Like, imperfect or whatever it is, everybody is really amazing. And be they like a badass martial artist or a swordsman who is scary as fuck. Like, he's like, good, I've got accomplished people around me, personality-wise and flair-wise. That's the issue for him. But so far, again, everything is, he's better off than he was. So while it's not the ideal, like I've got a group of like buttoned-down smart people here, I'm still getting a lot of gold.
Yeah.
And I'm safer than I was.
This is way less drama than the circus.
Yeah.
It's oh yeah, everybody's much less complicated than the last group I was with. It's
And
quite
way
nice.
less drama.
Except Yasha, and Yasha is the easiest human to just let that thing run. And
I just did a sock check there.
Forgive
Sock
me.
check. I wanted to see the other one.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yep.
See? Look, he does it every time. He's a genius at it. I don't remember if I already asked you this, but did the circus thing come from inspired by your days working at the Renaissance Fair?
It did. Well, I will say that I've been wanting to do the circus even back when I first thought of Molly, back when Percy got shot, and I was like, I had this idea of rolling in with a traveling circus and meeting the group that way. If I had ended Percy at that point, then Molly would have just rolled in with the circus.
Yeah.
I'm glad that did not happen.
I am too. I'm very glad that I didn't decide to stop it there. That would have been interesting and weird. But I've got little bits of him that I couldn't use because of that. But Matt kind of knows that group of friends anyway, so I didn't actually end up really consulting much with Matt about who was going to be in the circus, other than we did a little bit of back and forth, but like he knew everybody I kind of wanted to throw in there because they were people he knows too. So that was pretty easy. It's a shared friend group.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely like very specifically there are even acts that are like very reminiscent of people that we know who were in the circus.
Just so you guys know, when we go to Ren Fair together every year, Taliesin is basically Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He's like Elon Musk.
Yep.
He's like
Taliesin!
it's just- I
Look,
mean,
it's Taliesin!
It is a thing.
It takes us 4 hours to get down one of the lanes of the Ren Fair because
It's pretty cool.
but it's great.
Oh, it's fun.
And it's
I
such
got a lot of free booze.
it's such a interesting mix of people that come out of their tents to grab different parts of Talison's body.
That was very true as well.
Yes. It used to just be Matt Key doing it all the time, and then we go to Ren Fair, and then
God knows what's happened behind those tents and scrims.
I've asked.
I know.
I've asked.
I said, God knows.
Yes, I know.
Oh, good times.
Okay, we're gonna give away some free shit right this second. Each week, we like to feature unique creations by you, the critters, including those epic gift-making skills. Up first, Gift of the Week.
Gift of the week. It's time for Gift of the Week.
I thought it was gonna be longer. That's what she said. Our winner for episode 10, sorry, Danny, of the new campaign was sent in by Melanie Gillies, AKA Wolf Dragon. Ooh. Let's take a look.
Yes. Dun 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 dun. Oh!
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Speaking of gods.
Yep.
Oh. I did not know that he
Star of
sang
stage,
in college.
star of screen.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
For those of you wondering what that was cut with, Sam this weekend went and did an a cappella performance back at Charlottesville. And it's available. You can find it on search Twitter, and it's on the Critical Role subreddit.
It's findable.
It's findable. We were gonna
It's
air some
stunning.
of it tonight.
It's
but,
stunning.
Yeah.
Acapella is a huge thread in Sam's life.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
part
dude.
of I'm going to get the details wrong on this, Sam, I'm sorry, but part of the
He's not
show
watching.
Sing Off. Like he wrote for the shows, the contest, reality contest. Sing
I remember
Off.
that.
Yeah. Years,
Sing
couple
Off.
of years. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Good
singer.
I'm so excited now.
You're not the only one with secrets, Taliesin.
Apparently not. This whole thread.
Congrats to you, Melanie. You have won this
The best shirt.
The best shirt.
Yeah.
Scanlan, Enter the Meat Man
Speaking of
t-shirt
acapella.
with your tour dates on the back and these beautiful Critical Role. Did you see how in sync we were, Celine? Did
Spice.
you still want to quit? Nobody's going to have this chemistry that we do. Nobody. There's a pen for every single great pencil for every single great catchphrase. We will send this out to you. Thanks to our bullshit rules. Hopefully you're in the US and Canada.
At the same
excluding Quebec. Moving on. Oh, wait. You can also submit gifts to submit@talksmachina.com. If you want to win, let us know what your name and your handle is. Taliesin, Inferior Wit has a question for you. Person should not be so down on themselves.
No, I feel that any wit is good wit.
Exactly. Did you push for the bathhouse visit specifically so you could show off Molly's tattoos?
No, although that was once I got there, I realized that was great. Although I feel bad for not having the official art done. Although I'm also kind of glad the official art isn't done for the tattoos yet.
Just has the word backstory written across his chest.
Across the chest. Mostly it's just that any town we go to, immediately I'm going to try and find something unbelievably dumb to do with Molly. Whether it be find local liquor, get really drunk, find gambling. It's anywhere I go, it's immediately, what's the thing that I wish I could have right now that I can't have? And
Yeah.
it's like, man, I miss my spa. I want to go to my spa right now.
Okay. So it wasn't just to show off the tattoos.
No, and I also thought it would be a fun way to catch up once I knew that we would be picking up Yash. I thought it would be a fun, easy excuse for that.
Fun.
And the art's amusing.
Yeah. God, it's so fun to see everybody do stuff so different. Like, I feel like I look over you every once in a while and you're making a face like Sid Vicious, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Aw. I know it's so much fun.
Yeah. Laura is just like raw, unbridled id.
Yeah.
So different.
Completely.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
different.
great.
Travis is now trying to live up to his intelligence.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch.
Well, Liam, before you leave tonight to go to your audition for The Kingsman 3, answer this question from
That nice jacket.
Forsaken Grundle. Considering Caleb's relatively high charisma stat, did you always plan for Caleb to be socially awkward, or was that an in-game character development?
That's interesting. Before I answer it, I also wanted to show this item off as well.
Yeah, great idea.
This is from my friend Katja, who has a great YouTube channel called Deutsch für euch. So if you want to learn about speaking German, it's a good place to do it. But look, it's a little matryoshka, see? And it's Caleb.
Oh no.
There's the Frumpkin back here.
Oh.
And there's some books in German, the good ones here. And then what happens if I open it? You're wondering what is inside of this. Oh, it's Vaxeldan. And also, there's a little broken Jenga tower here because he is a fuck up. See it? And then if you open it
amazing.
again, it is DM Liam O'Brien with the black baseball cap and glasses. Holding his goddamn heart out because he doesn't know how to do anything else. There he is. Okay, back
That's
inside.
amazing.
Vaxeldan, you go in. And then you go into Caleb. And then you go up my butt. There you go. No, that's not what you do.
We can't show that on Twitch.
Yeah,
but
you
we can on
probably.
Alpha. If a tree falls, right?
That will go in my office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, yeah, let's not leave that on the set, because that will get stolen.
What were we talking about?
I was about to ask Taliesin a question.
Good.
I think so. Did you answer the last one?
Nope.
I gave the
It
card
was
to Danny
about-
because I wrote something shitty on it.
It was about.
Chief, pull up the last
Whether or not you
question, please.
attempt with his
Considering Caleb's relatively high charisma stat, did you always plan for Caleb to be socially awkward, or was that an in-game character development?
A little of both, and I can't fully answer it because some of it is connected to story stuff too. But when I was, again, obviously my accent is so much thicker than when I started. And when I was conceiving, 2 months before we were going, so Caleb was not German accented or themed at all 6 months before the show, and then he was. And then leading up to the show, I was thinking he would have a heavy accent and be quirky. And then as we got closer to the show, I thought, light accent, not quirky. And then 10 episodes later, German accented, very quirky. He does have a high charisma. That's intentional. And that's the end of the answer.
Oh, I like that. That was good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taliesin, Meg M. Hannah would like to know, Do Molly's tattoos hold any special meaning, or are they just to be ostentatious and cool?
Yes.
Well noted. Question for both of you. Charlie John Boychuk wants to know, what a great name. Forget those things they say about serial killers having 3 names. Charlie John Boychuk. I have 3 names. I've never
Been found out.
been found out. Are you enjoying your characters? What's been your favorite interaction with another PC so far?
I liked being pinned against the wall.
Thank you.
That's pretty
That
cool.
was fun. That was really fun.
La 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 la.
There's so many good ones. I know. I'm sort of reeling through. Like the whole experience is pretty bloody positive at this point.
It's been a very eventful 10 episodes.
I really liked the bookend moments of Jester and Caleb kind of knocking heads, and then my follow-up to it.
I like everything I've done with Bo.
I like Bo and Fjordy's interaction a lot.
Weird little interactions are great.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on there.
Yeah.
I like everything I've done with Sam so far too. I've been very specifically trying to cultivate something there. So
Yeah. This is
We've
not
all been trying to cultivate something with Sam for years.
it's a fun character, and I'm enjoying putting bad ideas in her head.
Yes.
I've said this before, but the Sam and I being linked on the show was a late game decision, and I love how I love how adorable he is, and how it sort of like pulls out my nurturing nature in spite of myself, which Sam does as well. And I like how it's complicating things.
Yeah.
I like how deeply Ford doesn't trust me. That's fun.
I also like being I loved my last character, obviously. I love playing Vax. And now, I never play Renegade in video games. I never do that. And now I'm like, okay, what's selfish? He is selfish. What's selfish? What's the non-heroic thing to do? And I'm kind of getting a kick out of it. I feel like a pig on roller skates. I love it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A pig on roller skates, is that what you said?
Yeah, they don't skate very well.
That's a funny visual. I like
Whoa,
pigs.
whoa. Or oink, oink, oink.
Oink,
Yeah,
oink.
okay.
Liam, I know you just finished talking, yet I will ask you another question by Penerplaplier.
I can't wait to see how this is spelled.
Penerplaplier. Penerplaplier? I think a lot of us were devastated to hear Caleb doesn't trust Not after seeing the relationship they seem to have. Is Caleb just beginning to distrust her after joining the group and no longer being a pair, or has he always felt that way?
I think for that moment, I will leave that up for the audience to make of it what they will and say no more than that.
I'm going to speak as a fan here.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to imagine Caleb going, oh, I have a group now, so I don't need you anymore, because he doesn't fully seem like that cold of a person.
Well, you have seen his interactions with the goblin, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Taliesin. Husband Geek wants to know. Husband Geek.
Husband geek.
I hope there's a wife geek. If they're not, there will be soon. That's a lie. I can't promise anyone will fall in love. How does it feel to be one of the most sketchiest yet moral party members?
This is everything I wanted. This is, and again, there's a lot. We've barely scratched the surface of any of these people. And it is taking all of my willpower not to just blurt out every damn thing I have planned.
Yeah, it'll be a big relief once it is all out. Speaking personally.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Only 105 episodes to go.
It's a good reminder to people occasionally that character and creed are very different things and don't necessarily go together. And there's
Yes.
plenty of assholes who believe in everything you believe in, and plenty of great people who don't really agree with anything that you agree with. And it's a little dangerous to just assume things out of people based on where they sit. So
I
it's nice.
agree. I love how in this wide shot we have Matt and the pillow. We made sure to just not have the two of you, but we also
what
have
do you
Matt.
think about that, man? When are you going to let out your backstory?
Looks like he only has 1 foot.
Don't.
I bet if we cut him open, we can find out his backstory. Anyway,
It's pretty fly. It's just
Liam,
Yeah.
Before you leave for your TED Talk on how to have perfect skin, answer this question from Elvis Badger. He says he doesn't trust anyone, yet Caleb seems like he's making an effort to actually get along with some party members. How does he feel about everyone now as opposed to when they first met?
I touched on this briefly, but he really, he likes everybody. Molly's the one exception. He doesn't dislike Molly. It's just so much.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
just
scary.
too much input
Yeah.
for Caleb. So he's just sort of put a bubble there. But and still thinks that Molly is amazing with the sword and gets shit done and has charm.
This
and,
is not the personality that he would
they're
choose
like
to be
oil
in the
and
room
water. I mean, like Caleb is just brown.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a rainbow. But he likes everybody. And if we were all just on an episode of Friends, he'd be golden because nothing's at stake.
I don't remember
and
that character.
that was in the Craghammer arc.
Yes. Okay.
If everything were cash in modern day and there was no problems, he would really like all these people a lot and relax with them. But there's stuff going on, and they're in like a hard empire, and there's problems.
What about the times when they relax, though?
He still likes them. He obviously is rusty on peopling.
Right. But I know it's only been, how much time has passed? Do we know?
Only
Like a week at
like a week.
most.
A week
I
at
think.
most?
Not
Okay.
a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't know these people. Again, they're personable. Like Jester is a good example. Jester is funny and charming and like adorable. All everything to like. It's just if we're climbing into sewers to kill things and taking mercenary jobs, it's hard to someone who blasts open windows. That's off-settling for an egghead like Caleb.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very interested to learn more about the fire thing, as is everyone. But I just want to express that in the hopes that me wanting to hear about it will make you feel like you have to talk about it sooner.
What are we talking about though?
The fire thing.
I don't follow.
Let's give away some free shit.
Okay.
Our next giveaway is for you fans that create and send in incredible art from moments during Critical Role. It's time for Fan Art of the Week.
So excited.
There is twice as much art now.
Oh yeah, there's so much art.
So much art.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for working on this so hard. We're going to reward you with very expensive shit this week. This week's fan art winner was sent to Chris. Can you not make a bunch of noise as the sound guy? Was that Chris doing that? Oh, I don't know who to blame. Never mind. We'll blame Max.
We had a whole thing fall over last week.
This week's fan art winner was sent in by Jay Palm, at Jay Palm. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So much to unpack in there. Yeah.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah.
I recommend going to their Twitter and checking out a high
I
res.
even got the one red feather on the peacock. That's so cool.
Got the facial hair right on the dudes.
Look at the little
There is a
freckles.
bear's head on the wall, so that's a strike against you, J Palm. But
Is that Frumpkin up there?
yeah,
Ah.
Caleb and Knot are up top. Caleb's facing away from the card game, but Frumpkin's looking down. So Caleb's seeing through Frumpkin at them, and Knot's primed to go and send a message.
Wow.
Got every detail.
Yeah, look at that.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
So good.
That's so nice.
Thank you to everyone who submitted. Congrats to you, J Palm. You have won this
Oh.
The good one, the best
Purple
one.
Heart Adventures Arsenal from our friends at Wormwood Gaming. Please hold my wood strap. Thank you.
It's a
This
long
Purple
strap.
Heart, as you can tell, is purplish wood. It comes with your dice tray for rolling. Also, do it without spinning. You got a beautiful pencil that's also made of wormwood, Purple Heart. You got these wonderful dice, which actually roll pretty well. I stole some of these. And then you got some more beautiful dice. You got a little eraser and a place for your mini. They had an incredibly successful Kickstarter. Go ahead and strap my wood back up if you don't mind. Make sure to check Wormwood out at their Twitter at Wormwood Gaming and on their website at wormwoodgaming.com. Moving on Taliesin, before you leave to go to do the seance with Gary Busey's sister, answer this question from CD88.
I thought
That
was
far off, actually.
personal.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Everybody has a Gary Busey story. They're kind of like everybody has an Andy Dick story.
Even Gary Busey and Andy Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. How did it feel to have Molly mock the spider to death?
I was not expecting that to happen. Molly was not expecting that to happen. This is a cute trick that he learned, and it's not. It has. I don't think it ever really occurred to him that he could mock something to death. That was pleasing.
Do you think they're getting pelted with like infernal radiation from those words as well?
Do you want Taliesin to answer this or Molly to answer this?
It's Howlin'.
I would like to think that when he speaks infernal, it actually causes their blood to boil.
Oh, that's cool.
Molly? I don't know.
That's cool. Right. Right.
But yeah, that's
Right.
if I'm going with the blood hunter class.
Yeah.
I would like to think that the infernal is actually like heating up the blood
Oh
and
yeah,
actually causing
it's just vibrating
fever
through the
and-
molecules and making them boil.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it too. Want to see that animated. Bluebird Songs is here with the question for Liam. Going back to somewhat what we were talking about earlier with your hoardiness.
Yeah, I'm in the principal's office. I get it.
Had Caleb always intended to give the gold to Jester, or was this a change of heart due to the negative reactions from the party?
It was not. None of that was due to the negative reactions of the party. As soon as the thing was dead and everyone was inspecting things, it felt like people's attention was elsewhere. I thought if I find gold, I'm going to give it to Jester because, again, I like Jester. He likes Jester and sees it as he's trying to make this work and sees that she has a need and he could help with that. And it doesn't help to have everybody be at odds. So better to smooth things over and help her. And then again, the armor, there was no question who that armor was going to go to, but it was like a split-second decision as soon as I saw it and realized I could sloop it up.
Yeah.
Was I like Ford. I can talk to Ford, and I think that I can gamble and get that glove that he obviously has problems with groups, and when we looked at all that other loot the other time, the group, like it didn't go well for him in a group. So it's like, okay, I will just talk to Ford and maybe we can do a trade, and everything worked out,
And
except
what was
for this.
the armor again? It was what was it?
Mariners.
Mariners, and that seems to fit with his
Yeah.
what he's
Vomiting
shared
seawater.
so far. Yeah.
Yep. +2 to fish and chips.
+2 to fish and chips. I like that. Taliesin, @and_critter wants to know, has Molly lost respect for Caleb after what he did, or does Molly see a potential student in the art of taking things that aren't yours?
Molly didn't have respect for Caleb.
Yes.
Cute. I didn't lose any.
That is awesome.
No. Molly was literally just, if anything, it was just if you're gonna, it just seems reasonable that if you're gonna steal from a group like this, Molly did not understand what Caleb was trying to do or any of Caleb's problems, and this probably has no interest in learning about them. But definitely just the I'm gonna need a percentage of everything. This is just how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And it's just best to find all your. I mean, it's not even trying to turn a lesson. It's just they don't get caught.
Yeah.
Just don't get caught. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
I would like to say that had an effect, but we'll see.
We'll see. I don't expect it to either. But to be fair, Molly does not have a particularly negative feeling towards Caleb at all either. So it's
Nobody can hate Caleb more than Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like that's the
apparent.
case. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
But no, it's if anything, it's just that tact wouldn't have worked with anybody else. I don't think he could have socially pressured anybody else to in that way. So it was just an easy I can just fix this, and just go in and be like, no.
I don't know that it will
won't be
change behavior, but
No.
it definitely. Caleb was like, okay, that is one thing that you need to be aware of.
Yeah, that's all I needed.
Okay. Oh, Taliesin.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, no, it was easy.
We hate each other.
So easy to tell.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I'm hoping that the first love story to come out of campaign 2 will be Caleb learning to love himself.
Oh, nah.
That's
That's
my
not
vote.
going to happen.
Nah.
No, I can already tell you.
Question for both of you.
Yes.
It's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. This is from Lost in Pink. You both are keeping your backstories pretty close to your chests, along with each other. Without giving anything away, do you think your characters feel close enough to the group now to soon feel comfortable enough to open up?
That's complicated.
It is, but we like to ask complicated questions on the show.
It's only been a week.
That does put things in perspective.
I'll say that Yasha knows some stuff, but that's a whole different thing. But that's its own.
Yeah, it's really important. It's hard to keep track of in-game time. I thought this was true of campaign 1 as well, where people are like, "Oh, this has been going on for so long." Well, really, it's been like 12 days.
7 to 10 days tops. It hasn't been a very long time, and yeah, I would also argue that there's something to be said with it's not a matter of trust. So I don't even necessarily agree with the premise of the question. It's not that he doesn't trust anybody with his backstory. It's more complicated, and that will be a question and an answer for another time, probably. Not giving too much away.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. It's not trust, though.
Yeah. Liam,
I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Miss Ginny in a bottle wants to know.
Ginny or Genie?
It's Ginny.
Ginny.
It's Aki. It's our friend Aki.
Ah.
For Liam, how do you feel about this new roleplay dynamic with Laura? In campaign 1, no spoilers, the flavor of any antagonism between Vex and Vax was different. How does Caleb feel about Jester and her definition of what is enough money? That's interesting, kind of tie on to the other question.
Well, I mean, I think everyone's thinking about that moment at the end of the second to last episode. I mean, I don't know that moment that wasn't a planned moment. It just blurted out. And I know there was a lot of sort of Sturm und Drang about it, but I mean, Laura, my reaction was like, oh, it's a cool moment.
Yeah.
I don't know that moment would have happened if he hadn't had such a shitty day leading up to that moment. It just kind of popped out. I mean, it doesn't hold it against her where she comes from, and it was just she was talking out of the shitty day. While he doesn't know the extent of the shitty day she had, he knows that she had a shitty day. So, like, you know, it was just, you know, friends bruise each other's feelings yet, and they're not even really friends.
Yeah.
But again, I said it already, he likes her.
Yeah.
She's personable. I really feel like I gotta have a beer with her. But it's, you know, they're putting their lives on the line.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a squirrely motherfucker, so.
Yeah, word. Taliesin, Nadgumgi wants to know. I think it's Nadgamji.
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 That is a testicle reference and a Tolkien reference mushed
It is,
together.
Gamgee.
Nadgamji.
Tight, Nadgamji. What was Molly's reaction to Bo claiming the kill of the spider?
She's a bitch. Whatever.
Yeah, she is kind of a bitch.
Doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't need it. He doesn't want it.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, all right, the bitchy one takes it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever she needs for her ego. Whatever.
He won't fight her for the pelt.
Doesn't care.
Spider
Just
pelt.
genuinely doesn't care.
Liam, what?
Yeah.
At Foster423 wants to know, this is not one of my Russian bot accounts, I guarantee you.
Do not believe you.
It seems as though Caleb and Bo's relationship has had a rocky start. What is it about her that Caleb doesn't necessarily like or agree with?
Well, he does like her in a way. She is very capable and does things that he can't do and probably will never be able to do. So he's very impressed with her. But she's so direct, you know.
Yes.
I can often feel her staring into the side of my skull, and that makes me uncomfortable. She's very pressing, you know, and we don't know each other. I you know. If I meet you at a bar and then I see you again a week later in a bar, I'm not asking you for your, you know, the kernel of your existence, man.
Yeah.
She's pressing.
Yeah. Well, you would if you had a glimpse of mine. The
Your
kernel of
kernel?
my existence. There's only one, but it's still pretty substantial.
I thought he got demoted.
Yeah. Taliesin, Carnival Fish wants to know.
Of course.
Of course. Molly seems to catch just about every person who tries to do something sneaky in the act. How do you decide when to call them out on it and when to just keep it to yourself?
Flip a card.
Flip a card.
Often I'll flip a card, or I'll decide if I can make it. Usually, it's actually there's a moment of can I compound this chaos to into even more chaos?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, or if I can actually if I can bend this to be an even more interesting lesson for everyone involved, then yes. But if it's just someone being shady, who am I to tell somebody not to be shady? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's your motto in real life too.
Oh no, it's very much based on my is this funny enough? Okay, this is funny enough. Let's let it happen.
Yeah.
We're all about to learn a very important lesson.
Yeah, several probably. This one's for both of you guys. This is from Ninja Pseudo. Ninja Pseudo. A challenge faced by any new group, characters, and players is sowing the social contracts of trust. How does this campaign compare to the last?
So much harder.
Well, we just, even in the home game, we jump cut. The start of our game was like, okay, since it was a one shot and we're never going to do it again, we're like, you guys know each other. You've been traveling, doing odd jobs, you're set. So we didn't have this at all. Yeah. This is fucking uncharted territory.
And then the couple people you picked up, and then even picking who got picked up along the way. Ashley and I got picked up along the way, and that was just was sort of, there was already a dynamic in place, so it was really easy to just fall into that dynamic.
And Pike was like old dear friend. Yeah. And we were all like good people, right? They were all good people, but Vox Machina, more or less. Yeah, they were all good people. So it was like grog vouchers for Pike. She's good.
And then I just bought everybody a bunch of shit really early on, and that ingratiated me.
Yes, and extremely quiet.
And extremely quiet.
Said very little.
Yeah, no.
Shocked the entire party years later on the show when all this spaghetti
There were moments that popped out, but yeah, he was very, very quiet and for quite a while. Yeah. It was just me and Keyleth was kind of the only real.
Yeah.
I can remember a moment or two, and one of them's on a Vine, but back in those days when you would say something dark as shit and going where the fuck that come from? Anyway. But it was so few and far between.
It was just, that's right. I got to poke this.
He's
see
just
what
that
happens.
quiet guy with a gun who knows how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then Matt goes, "It's time."
Yeah.
What was Matt's exact words? Do you want to any edits to your backstory you want to make now before it's too late? I'm like, oh, no, I'm pretty good. Go with it.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Yeah, seriously. We're almost out of time, but time is a flat circle.
Yeah.
Taliesin, Skeletal Echo. Ooh. Might need to name my band that. Skeletal Echo has a question. I've been meaning to ask this for a week and a half, but you mentioned that a segment of Molly's tattoos is a floral piece. Any specific flowers in mind, and if so, which ones and why?
I will get back to you on that because that is at some point there will be official art, and it's just that I don't want to fuck up the wrong
We're just
flower.
not going to be able to get him to answer it, Danny. We just can't get all the stuff that we want to know. You motherfuckers are just no. I know.
There will at some point.
Is there an ETA on the art?
I will email our artist again and be like, so, do you have breathing? I know that the poor girl was under an enormous number of pressure. And I was just like, I will hit you up as soon as you have breathing room to finish these last couple pieces.
Do you guys iterate on the official art this soon into the process? Are you wanting to add or?
No, mine's good.
Take away anything?
I'm good.
I'm going to show off at some point what he looks like without the jacket because she has versions of him not wearing the jacket because I know that drives some people nuts. And he is wearing a leather jerkin. Yeah. The sleeves that you can see are actually from the leather jerkin.
Oh, wow. Really? They're all the same piece?
Well, the jacket's like a big overcoaty thing. Yeah. And then there's, the big hooded cloak. And then underneath it is a striped jacket that exists, and that's just like a big leather doublet.
You just want all the cosplayers to have to go broke to make this thing work.
This is the whole point. And then I've got so that's we have sketched versions of this. I just wanted to get it finished at some point.
Oh, I cannot wait.
But I also like that people play around with it. I don't want anyone to become married. At the same time, I don't want anyone married to the art.
Yeah, go. Yeah, let your unleash, man, your imagination.
I'm never going to point and go that's wrong.
Our last question for the evening is going to be addressed to the actor most known for playing Vax's Dan in the last campaign. This comes from Daffer Cake.
Daffer cake?
Daffer Cake. Liam, how does it feel to get the Marisha side eye in campaign 2 instead of Keyleth's heart eyes?
Yeah, she's giving me shit. Marisha's giving me shit. Marisha's tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
Tough ginger.
yeah, it'd be easier if she were across the table, but she's right there, and I really can feel her fucking staring into the side of my head. And that moment with the coins, right, and seeing Laura look like so disappointed, I could also feel
Yeah.
in the side of my head. It's good. I love it. I love the distrust and the friction, and
It's no fun if it's the same thing over and over again. So
Sure.
it's good that it's different
yeah,
this time.
I love getting into trouble.
Yeah.
Here's to more.
Are you settling into the new seating arrangement and starting to really dig the dynamics that it's starting to make?
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Yeah. And you guys got the beautiful little cubbies under the wormwood thing to store all your shit.
So
and
many cubbies.
table
Cubbies, we're
is
getting D&D Beyond down to a science. We got all
Yeah,
our
you guys are getting a lot
knickknacks,
better with the
books.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, sadly, that's all the time we have for tonight. Black on Black. It's hard to tell. Great AC/DC album, though. Not what it was called.
Hey, do you have a familiar?
I do.
What kind of animal is it again?
It's a hawk named David, which is it's a reference to the Dark Tower, actually. Because when Roland had to fight Court, he had a hawk.
The hawk, yeah.
What? Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
It's in
that
the
book's
first
so
book.
old.
It's in the first book. If you haven't read The Gunslinger yet, unplug yourself
Hey guys,
from the
Cain
Matrix.
kills Abel.
Cain kills Abel, guys.
God damn it.
What? Yep. Sorry, Max. Max, today when I got her, he was like, dude, tonight's the night. Gonna crack open the Bible. Now you just ruined it for him. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Stick around for whatever the fuck's about to happen on Alpha. I would like to hashtag thank my guests, courtesy this week of @HawthorneTree. Wallpin happy.
Solid.
SmutQuest thriving. And I'm your host, Mall Cops Watch Harder. Good one, Hawthorne Tree. Critical Role Campaign 2, Episode 10 airs this week. Until then, don't forget to love each other, and don't worry, it's almost WonderCon. Woo! Welcome back.
This is the show.
This is the show.
This is what we do.
Well, After Dark is where we answer questions from the Alpha Chat, curated by our friends sitting behind me, Courtney and Danny. Thank you, as always, for your hard work and dedication. Both of them will be at WonderCon if you want their autograph. Just come find me and I'll tell you what rooms they're in.
I don't think that's absurd at all.
Danny's head
That's
is
where the
shaking
booze will
vigorously
be.
no. It's a very vigorous no.
Okay, guys, we're going to start off heavy,
Okay.
and then we're going to get real heavy.
All right.
Feels like an Arby's night.
Yeah.
Arby's? That sounds good.
That's it.
That's
They
it.
just, guys. And the two shall become one.
Oh, what happened to you?
Bad Janet wants to know why you gotta be bad, Janet.
Bad Janet's the best Janet.
It is true. That's what my mom
I'm
says.
so jealous. Did you get to meet Bad Janet?
I held back in true Caleb fashion.
God damn it.
I didn't go up.
I'm now, God damn it.
If you had to sacrifice one member in the group to get out of a deadly situation, would you, and who?
Not.
Oh, wow.
Kidding.
Wow.
Kidding. Totally
Maybe
Molly.
kidding.
Totally Molly.
That was so fast. Thank God Sam doesn't have an alpha login. Because otherwise he'd be watching
funny
and
as it's
he'd
true.
be mad.
I wouldn't be watching.
If we read the exact phrasing in that question one more time.
If you had to sacrifice one
Had
member
to.
in the group to get out of a deadly situation, would you, and
oh,
who?
would you? So that's in there. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not.
No. Definitely not. Knott's at the top of my list of people not to sacrifice.
Oh, I think if I had to convince everybody else to do it, it would be Bo, because that would be the easiest person to convince everybody else to turn on.
Oh, that's a great point.
I feel like I could get everybody on board with that.
I mean,
we feel bad.
I think it would be Molly for Caleb.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay.
But I think I could get everybody on board with turning on Bo.
Okay.
Probably could.
You're a good talker.
Yeah, I'm a good talker. Very, very handsome. Christinu wants to know, to squeaky rats, between Brian, Liam, and Tal and Pillow Matt, who squeezes you best? Let's see who can get the longest noise out of one of the rats.
That's the big rat.
Well, we got to use the same rat.
Okay, that was pretty bad. See, I went for the exit. Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, inward singing.
Yes. Circular breathing, like Kenny G. Like Kenny G. You guys know who Kenny G is.
Sing! Sing!
Sing, my rat. All right,
Yeah,
let's.
no.
Yeah, we have to do that. Yep.
Oh no!
It's muted, like when you shoot someone through a pillow.
I'm so sorry. You get the
cousin
prize for
did
gift
that
of,
once.
gift of the week now.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Throwback.
Oh my God, yes. Throwback to the time at Gen Con last year where we squeezed Matt's genitals with a fake rat.
They squeak too.
They did squeak.
Yeah.
The rat and the genitals.
Okay.
I am so sorry,
We
Matt.
should
This
only
is
have
not.
this out for like 7 more episodes of this show, though.
I think it's going to stay until Matt tells me that my life is on the line.
That'll be a while.
Elite for Abby wants to know, Taliesin, nice jacket. Who do you main?
I don't believe in maining.
Ooh,
I
you're
fill in
a
the
mainist.
cracks. Yeah, no. I like support class.
Diva.
I'll play Diva.
All the way, baby.
I love Diva.
When I see Charlotte Chung, I fanboy out.
She's the best.
I mean,
to
she's
be
the
fair.
sweetest, the nicest, but
She's the best,
I
and her
choke
boy's
up.
great, and
I
the whole-
can't.
yeah.
I have a hard time getting words out because I love Diva so much.
We had dinner with a bunch of the Overwatch kids, and they
We
were
did,
they're
when we were at
super-
Momoken.
Yeah, there was a super fun dinner.
That was a
She was great.
super fun dinner. I might have left there cross-eyed because we did a couple of
Mario lately.
shots.
She's fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can do damage. I can do everything with her. She's great.
I got a super badass Alienware PC to run my HTC Vive. You have to run it off a PC. And I didn't have one, so I was like, if I'm gonna get a Vive, if I have to get a PC for the Vive, I wanna try and get an awesome one for gaming so I can finally like game on the PC. So I downloaded a bunch of games from Steam, and today I downloaded Neverwinter because I love Neverwinter. Neverwinter's fun to just get lost for hours.
My PC needs tender love and care. I've not given it. That I
Yeah.
have to get. I just play on the PS4 these days.
Yeah, I
Just
played
got
the
a
PS4.
phonograph in my house.
You did?
Oh, that's fun. I got one.
That's fun. Yeah.
That's not surprising.
No, they're well. Yeah, we got a great little suitcase one, and yeah, Matt and Marisha got one too.
Yeah.
I got the Westworld soundtrack.
I
It's
got
good.
Travis a CB radio for Christmas this year.
That explains a lot.
For some reason, my brain went to, I can't remember, like
Nitrous gas.
Scrotus mask. When you went like this.
Bane.
Yeah, Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is very interesting. Scrotus Max. Bard in the Yard wants to know.
Good name.
That is a good name.
It's like I picture a lawn gnome that's a bard. If you gave Frumpkin a voice, Liam, who would you cast to voice him?
Terrence Stamp.
Oh, I love Terrence Stamp.
That is the answer.
Yeah,
The real answer.
I love Terrence Stamp. Is he still around?
Think so.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bowfinger, underrated movie.
What's that?
Bowfinger.
Bowfinger for sure.
Terrence Stamp.
Taliesin, you're not going to answer that one. Shadow the Horde Hag. Taliesin, in a battle royale between the members of the Mighty Nine for Molly's affections, who would win?
Right now, Jester.
Why?
We have the most in common, and she's also she's full of shit and doesn't know it, and he identifies and finds that deeply endearing. she doesn't have her baggage she was wearing on her sleeve, and also I think tieflings have a similar experience walking through the world, and it gives them there's a certain camaraderie to the like, oh yeah, you have to learn to grin at people when they're shitty to you. That's fine.
You have to do that in real life too.
I'm a little less inclined to do it in real life.
The entire crew has to do it here every week to me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They tell me.
Febe wants to know, Liam, Caleb trusted Fjord with some pretty personal info in this episode. Does not already know what's up with his shady past, or does Caleb want to protect her from it?
All I will say on that, and I can't remember who, maybe it's you, and I think it's you, not you, Molly and Yasha. Caleb and Nod have been traveling together for about a half a year, and you gotta wonder why this beggar of a human and a goblin are hanging out together, and part of it was like they sprung themselves out of a podunk jail, and then they did, and it was good. A couple of days went by, and they were still alive and were able to feed themselves, and there was no reason to break up something that improved both their lives. They didn't push each other. They didn't press each other for their deal. It was a good partnership. It was advantageous for both of them, better than what they'd known before. And neither of them were like, I think Not knows that he's, he knows how squirrely he is. She knows very well how squirrely he is, but no, they haven't not probed and said, tell me about your childhood, or where have you been, none of that.
Yeah, I understand. That was a good answer.
Goblins.
Vaguely Functioning is here for a question with
Good name.
Aren't we all?
Feel that.
That's optimistic.
Amen, brother. Taliesin, has anything about Molly changed since you first thought of him as Percy's replacement?
Yes. Lots. I wouldn't even know. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin with that.
Because you had started really thinking about him for a while.
I had started. It was. We were sitting at Travis and Laura's house having a conversation. It was that night at Travis and Laura's after everything went down with Percy's death.
Yeah.
And I was in the room with Matt, and Matt was like, "Well, do you have anything you'd want to do?" And I had this vision of a carnival barker from kind of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead kind of kicking in my head, and was like, yeah, I think I could. So yeah, he's actually changed a lot since his inception, but specifically to fit this campaign, I suppose would be the way I'd put it.
I understand.
I didn't know I wanted a blood hunter. I hadn't thought about. I never think about any of the math before I create a character. I create a character in my head, and then I go to the book and be like, how do I build this?
Yeah.
Is always my direction for that. So
Yeah.
Blood Hunter hadn't really crossed my mind at all until maybe November.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah.
Wait, when did we start this?
This year.
It was
Couple weeks into the
January. Later
Yeah.
January.
February 11th was your start day.
Thank you, Danny.
I had 2 or 3 different thoughts. I was thinking Bard for a while. I was thinking a lot of things.
Side note, I think he's called the Player King in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Player King.
And I fucking love that character.
What an amazing character.
What an amazing character. And one of my favorite moments in that play, I think about it all the time doing the kind of work we do, voice acting for animation and games, is
I think I know what you're going to say.
is
about
him saying, like, we can give you any kind of death you want. It can be tragical, it can be comical, it can be romantic.
Yeah, we can give you love, blood, or rhetoric. We
Right.
can give you love and blood without the rhetoric, or we can give you blood and rhetoric without the love. But we can't give you love and rhetoric without the blood. It's all blood. Blood's compulsory.
And that speaks to me for us because we spend our days in booths going like, okay, well, is it like a comical death? Is he like falling off of a building and then splatting? Or, he's getting stabbed in the neck and it's disgusting
God,
and brutal.
all the ways to die.
Yeah. Just
I love that is possibly my favorite character in any play I've ever. There's something so quintessential about
Yeah.
that character.
Yeah, he's
and
great.
everything he does. And very, very rarely do actors get a very specific character like that embodies them.
Oh, and he's like he's almost like the Traveler. He's like he's like a god in theater terms. Like
We're actors. We're the opposite of people. God, it's all of it. Yeah, no, he was very much the beginning of that character. I think I might have drunkenly told you this. I had this image during that dinner of having a carnival run in and having this player character up on stage doing a pantomime performance with other actors of The Tale of the Terrible Tinker of Taldori, which was a monster-sized version of Percy and Ripley kind of melded together into this gunpowder creature that comes and kills people with thunderclaps.
Now my head is going, he was a goat, just a lonely goat.
So yeah, it was I was like, that could be fun because everyone would immediately hate that, and I really like that.
I love that idea.
I'm sure they would have loved it.
Andy and D.
Andy and D.
Andy and D.
Andy and D.
That's good.
For both of you, are y'all also Team Ford Jester? Real question. How do you feel about the Molly Caleb ship?
No hooking up to level 10. I feel like that's it.
Yeah, that's what they've said since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's awesome that people
love that
ship
people do it.
anything they want, but I mean, I'm not even gonna say for us, I'll say for me, it's just like the story's the story. We'll find out. I'm not a shipper.
Yeah, no, I'm not a. I respect shipping from afar.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for any show, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
if it makes you happy.
I love art of Doctor Who and Sherlock kissing. That's great.
Yeah,
I love it. But
I ship Taliesin and Liam.
yeah, right there.
They do on some of the Tumblrs that I
So
follow.
they tell me.
So I tell you. Both of you can answer this. This is from Vermilion Crimson. Do either of you think the Baumbach letter that mentions the gentleman will come back to bite the party in the butt since it was not reported to the authorities?
It's Matt. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume we're gonna fuck up.
probably.
Probably.
I mean, inevitably.
There you go.
If I know Matt, that he has definitely created 3 or 4 situations where there is no right answer and we're fucked regardless.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. Like Caleb is so, you know, he's keeping it close to the vest, and I'm just waiting till Matt leaves a tripwire out for me, and I just like vomit it all out because I have to.
Yep. There was one in here about, I can't find it, but what animal would you like to turn Frumpkin into the most?
Cat.
But beyond cat.
Beyond cat?
Yeah.
Like something for air, something for
I mean,
sea.
he has done. We did it in our backstory. We turned him into an octopus once.
I just noticed that this week because I had to use my guy and I was like turn him into a snake because you can do snake, rat, octopus, cat, hawk. Obviously, there's so many you can do.
Can I do bugs? Are bugs possible?
I wonder.
You get a little scarab. That
Spider,
would
I
be
think, is
Spider.
possible.
Oh yeah, spider is possible.
Spider.
Thank you, gotcha.
cute. He is our hero.
Oh, there it is. It was from Raptor Dick.
Oh, I turned Frumpkin into a raptor.
A Raptor Dick, yes.
Yeah.
The answer to the question is the answerer of
Yeah.
the question, or is the,
God,
is the
it's learned to
asker of
open
the
doors.
question. Oh God, that's terrifying.
Put that thing away.
Our last question of the night for After Dark is from another question from Andy and D. It's for Pillow Matt. Pillow Matt, what is your top 3 pieces of advice for new Pillow DMs? I have already watched your YouTube series Pillow GM Tips, so would appreciate different pillow advice. So top 3 pieces of advice for new Pillow DMs.
Well, it's important not to be too soft on your players. And also, it's really helpful to distract with alluring body motion, so that's a must. And you should try to look as much like David Koresh as possible.
I do love you in Waco, Matt.
Yeah, that's it. Right there.
Right there. He kind of sounds like William Sanderson.
Sure.
Killing me.
And then I go this way.
I'm pretty sure we could have done 15 minutes of just this on After Dark, and we would have gotten more subscribers.
You can't look away. It's
Been the
like an
best Yule log
asp
ever.
in a basket. And then a strike.
Please end the bit. Please
Oh,
end it.
that's so good.
Kill the bit. Kill it.
Well, that's all the time we have for this network. Thank you, as always, for joining us. Hopefully, we get to see a bunch of you at WonderCon this weekend. If not, next week. There won't be any After Dark, but we will be airing the WonderCon panel in our normal time slot of 7 p.m. PST post DST, Daylight Savings Time. PST post DST plus PTSD
TSC.
equals I don't
D&E.
know, D&D and D&D.
PDQ.
BET.
BET, yeah,
10-4.
10-4.
End the bit.
On the Scientology channel, 2:30 in the morning. Still trying to get us on there. Scientology.tv. Hopefully we'll get on there.
Gotta buy those tapes.
Don't give them your money. Well, we love you guys. You know, this would have been a better time for Chief to end the show before we wanted it to. But on the main show, he just ended it whenever he wanted. But now we're just going to linger on and just keep like...
Kind of like this.
Kind of like this.
That's fair.
But that's okay. What are you guys doing tonight after this?